Hi guys, in this video I want to get into reality, okay? How reality works. How reality is always perfectly reflecting who we are being, okay? Where we are living from. What concept we are aligned to. And if we are living from our higher self, the creator, I am, or if we're living from the lower self, the ego, which is fear, doubt, lack, anxiety. And, the main thing that we need to be aware of is our self-concept, okay? Because our self-concept dictates reality, okay? Our self-concept is reflected and shown to us, okay? So if you do not like your outer reality, or you want to change something in your outer reality, you must change yourself first, okay? You must look at, who am I being? What do I believe to be true? Okay? Am I in a state of lack? Or am I in a state of abundance? And I know that I am perfect. I am whole and complete. I am love itself. I am the source of love. I don't need to go into the 3D to have someone tell me, okay, that I am lovable, I am chosen, okay? That's self-concept. That's knowing who we are, okay, from consciousness, okay? We are an eternal being. We are everything that we could ever imagine, and then some. So whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're transforming or looking to change, just know that the answer is always going to be within you, okay? Circumstances mean nothing, okay? The 3D means nothing. It doesn't dictate to you. Circumstances do not dictate to you, okay? Your self-concept dictates everything, okay? So that inner relationship with self, that inner core connection of knowing who you truly are is what is going to dictate everything outside of you, everything around you, all your experiences, how you feel internally, okay? How you can heal your mental health, how you can heal your physical body, how you can, feel love in this moment without having it be told to you that you are lovable and chosen by the 3D. We don't need that, okay? But if we desire to experience that, then we have that first within, a knowing, okay, which is a concept of self, what you know to be true, like you know your own name, right? And you live and put your focus, your awareness, right, which is our power. Our superpower is our awareness. We live from that awareness that we are loved, we are chosen, okay? And you always align to that every day until you know it to be a fact. You align with a version of you that is loved. You align with the version of you that is successful. You align to the version of you that is abundant. You align to the version of you who loves their body, who adores themselves. And this is nothing to do with ego or anything like this. This is knowing that we are consciousness, okay? We are a particle of God, which is the creator of all that is. So if we are part of that, right, then we are everything, okay? The ego doesn't even have a clue as to the expansiveness, the miracles that can unfold. That's why when you're manifesting something to be realized in the 3D, you can't ask how, because your logical human brain can't fathom how, okay? That's why the middle is something that we do not have to coerce and go into and chase or try to change, okay? Effectively, if we live from the end and we know that to be true, that's our desired reality, and we stay there and we're loyal to ourselves, okay, to the version of ourselves who is living in the end desire, that reality has to show up. It has to be reflected, right? Because our self-concept is expressing out a movie and we get to see the reflection. That's why when Neville got denied his discharge, he didn't freak out at the 3D. He detached and he went to lay down. He went in his imagination, okay, because imagination creates reality. And he decided he was already in New York, okay? He didn't need the 3D to tell him that he could have it. He decided he was already in New York, in his apartment, in his imagination, and he was living there for 9 nights. And then his discharge was approved and he was home the next day, okay? So when you commit to the end, to the desired reality, you commit and you stay there and you're loyal, okay? It has no choice but to be reflected to you, but to let you experience it, okay? That's how this reality works, okay? It's first within and then without, okay? So if you feel confused or you're not sure, you know, what you're doing, if you're wanting to experience something, it's always going to be live in the awareness that it's done. Stay loyal to that identity, okay? Persist in your self-concept that you are all that is, okay? This is your reality. It's no one else's. So if it's your reality, it's up to you to decide and choose to stay there, okay? No matter what you see, no matter what the 3D tries to throw at you, no matter what the circumstances are, you know that you're bigger than that. You know you're more powerful than that, okay? I intend this message, this video, this understanding is very clear and concise, and you know who you truly are, okay? And you know the answer is within you, and you know that you are more than your circumstances. You know that you can have any desire that you feel inside, because if you have a desire, that means that there is a reality where you are experiencing it. Creation is finished, okay? This is not hard. This is not difficult. It just takes some dedication of your awareness, of your focus, of your mind. And once you get going in that direction and you have the awareness of your focus, you have the awareness of what you're thinking of, what you're always feeling about yourself, right? And you're not on autopilot and your mind is not running all over the place. This becomes an easier practice. This becomes a way of life, and things will start shifting and changing. The transformation will be much smoother the more that you give your focus and attention to it, okay? It'll start to feel natural, okay? The resistance will lighten and your ego will quiet down, okay? The fear will subside because you know this is just a short experience in a reality, in a simulation. This is not real. There's nothing to fear, okay? You don't have to align with that, okay? Your ego is just trying to, you know, run the old story of what happened in the past, but there's only the present moment. So you decide what it is that you want to experience, where you want to align, okay? And you persist there. Trust yourself. Develop a very strong core inner relationship. That's what I specialize in. That's why I always say I'm the best relationship coach, because I will get you into a relationship with yourself so you can decide to experience whatever you want, and you know and trust that whatever you decide within yourself is going to happen, right? Because you are love, you are source, so why wouldn't you trust yourself? Why do you trust the 3D, right? You are the one that's creating reality, okay? You're the source. The 3D is secondary. So we want to go to the source. If you want something done, you go to the source, right? You don't go to second in charge, you go to the first. So I intend this video will help. And if you want to work with me, there's links in my bio, or you can send me a message. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you guys.